From Utah's first television station, ABC4 Utah's News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Johnson.
And I'm Glenn Mills. We begin with breaking news tonight out of Davis County, where an undercover police officer's car has been stolen. Sunset Police say this gray Dodge Durango was taken by 26-year-old Nathan Joseph Ward. They were responding to a residential burglary when Ward was taken into custody. Police made a quick stop, and that's when Ward was able to take off.
In a 2 to 3 minute period, he was able to get it out of the belt, cuffs back in front of him, and was able to crawl in the front seat and took off in the unmarked vehicle.
Police say Ward called his parents and told them he was in Salt Lake City and was planning to ditch the car somewhere. Police say Ward was last seen wearing a white T-shirt with a design on front, a dark baseball cap, and gray or tan shorts. Police say the car is a gray Dodge Durango with license plate number D352EZ. If you see the vehicle or Ward, please contact police. A 20-year-old man is in critical condition after being shot early this morning in West Valley City. Police say when they arrived to the Overlook Point Apartments, they found the man with a gunshot wound to the head. There were several other people in the room when they got there. Police say apparently a fight broke out and someone pulled out a gun and fired several shots before leaving.
Officers quickly determined a person of interest, located that individual, and detectives are currently interviewing this person to determine his role and responsibility in this case.
That person is 18-year-old Patrick Van Pham. He is the suspect in the shooting. Pham has been booked into the Salt Lake County Jail on attempted homicide, aggravated robbery, and aggravated assault charges.
A man died after he fell about 400 feet in a base jumping accident on Friday. It happened in Mineral Canyon, which is about 40 miles west of Moab in Grand County. Officials say the 35-year-old man jumped around 7 p.m. from the cliffs above Mineral Canyon in an area known as the Sweet Spot. Now, Grand County Sheriff's Office and Search and Rescue responded, but were not able to reach the man until the next morning because of the remote location. His name has not yet been released. The condition of a 12-year-old Lehigh girl who was pinned under a car in an accident yesterday is improving. Fallon Nicholson was thrown from the Mazda she was traveling on in Interstate 15 yesterday when the car rolled on top of her. She was flown to Primary Children's Hospital in critical condition. Today, she was upgraded to stable condition. 39-year-old Rachelle Nicholson was driving the car. Police are investigating her for impaired driving. A 17-year-old was also injured in the crash.
Brigham Young University star running back Jamal Williams recently had a run-in with the law, and now he could be in trouble with the school as well.
ABC4 Utah's Rick Aaron joins us live from Provo with the details of the arrest. Rick, what can you tell us?
Well, guys, Williams has certainly been a great representative of Brigham Young University on the football field, rushing for over 2,000 yards and 19 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. But back on February 16th, he was arrested for possession of alcohol by a minor. The 18-year-old from Fontana, California, was a passenger in a car pulled over for speeding on I-15 at 2 a.m. Now, the driver had not been drinking, but Williams and a 17-year-old female smelled strongly of alcohol, according to Utah County Sheriff's Officer Spencer Cannon. They were both cited for a Class B misdemeanor of underage possession. Williams was arraigned on March 12th and pled not guilty in a court appearance last Wednesday. His next court appearance is scheduled for May 7th. Now, Williams is not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but like all BYU students, he voluntarily signed the school's honor code, which prohibits alcohol consumption. School officials have not commented on the situation thus far, but today I did speak to some students.
He made a mistake, and I feel like there should be some consequences, but I believe that he is a good man, and he did represent our school well in football, and his intentions are good, and I think he has a good opportunity to continue to do well at BYU.
My personal feelings is if he can learn from his mistakes and come back from it and not mess up like this again, then I would be very proud to call him a student of BYU, of my university.
Williams has been participating in spring football practice this month. If convicted of the Class B misdemeanor, he would likely be fined about $200 and have to participate in a substance abuse evaluation program. Now, in terms of school sanctions, he could be looking at a multi-game suspension from head coach Bronco Mendenhall. You may remember that last season, senior linebacker Spencer Hadley was suspended for 5 games for drinking, even though he was over 21 years old. That suspension was later reduced to just 3 games. Live in Provo, Rick Aaron, ABC4 Utah.
All right, Rick, we'll wait and see what happens. Thanks a lot. A West Jordan home caught fire just before 8:30 this morning. It happened near 8800 South and 3600 West. Fire officials say 4 people were inside when that fire started. An elderly couple, their daughter, and her daughter. All of them were able to get out safely. A second alarm did have to be called, though, on the fire. That's because officials say the home was set back from the road about 200 feet. Crews say they also had a difficult time fighting the flames when the fire got into the roof of the home.
Some of the problems we had with the fire is once it extended into the roof over the dwelling, the home has been remodeled several times, and we had a hard time getting in to the roof access because of the overlays of the roof.
Now, officials are thinking the fire started in the garage. An investigator is on scene today to determine the official cause. And 12 people were displaced when a fire broke out in a home in Utah County. It happened at about 5100 South and 1200 West in Palmyra. Spanish Fork fire crews responded to this blaze. They say smoke detectors woke the family up in time to get everyone out. No one was injured. The estimated damages are around $100,000. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause.
All right, and we are joined now by Kylie Burse. I think I'm going to call her Kylie A+ Burse for the weather today.
Absolutely. No complaints today, but we never do that around here anyway, right?
No, never. Not us.
No. But it was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It feels so good. Tomorrow's going to be even better if you can believe it. And then, of course, we have change up coming for the middle of the week. Looking outside, though, across state, Torrey looking just gorgeous. A beautiful day to get outside, do some hiking. You can even ski in this weather as well. It's just that great. Looking outside, this is actually in Brighton. Beautiful view here. And temperatures, they just couldn't get much better. 61 in Salt Lake City. We are seeing a bit of a breeze, about 13 miles per hour coming in out of the west-northwest. And we're still in the 50s as we look toward Provo and Ogden. But overall, very pleasant with a whole lot of sunshine. Right now, about 58 degrees in Vernal, 62 in Moab, mid-50s as we look over toward Nevada. St. George, gorgeous there at 73 degrees. Certainly nothing to complain about, although it has been just a little breezy. But don't worry, this will be nothing compared to as we go into the beginning of this week. 20 miles per hour in Vernal, 13 in Salt Lake City, and about 15 miles per hour right now in St. George. So looking toward tomorrow, lots more sunshine once again, and believe it or not, those temperatures will be even warmer. We're talking 5 o'clock in the mid-70s once again for St. George. So overall, I'm going to say not too bad. You guys gave it, what, an A+. I love it. And we'll keep warming up. I'm talking 70s even in the valley. I'll show you where and also let you know when we can expect some midweek showers in just a bit. Kim, back to you.
An A++ maybe in your future, Kylie. We'll see. All right. Well, Utah Vapors Association has introduced a new way to make sure they aren't selling e-cigarettes to underage buyers. A new point of sale scanner will help verify someone's age on their driver's license. The scanner was proposed to help take human error out of the equation when checking IDs. iVape in Murray is already using the scanner. Utah Vapors Association says member retailers should all have scanners by mid-April. Well, still to come on ABC4 Utah at 5, searchers are still trying to reach the victims of yesterday's massive landslide in Washington state. We'll have the very latest from there.
Plus, Mitt Romney is blasting the president about the Ukrainian crisis. What he is saying, still ahead.
You're watching ABC4 Utah News.
In Washington state tonight, a desperate rescue operation is underway after a massive mudslide yesterday killed at least 3 people.
In some places, the mud is so deep that rescue workers could not get to the victims despite their cries for help. ABC's Neil Karlinski is there.
Huge mud, debris, trees, stumps.
Eyewitnesses describe a mountain of mud so enormous they weren't sure they'd make it out alive.
I just saw the darkness. That's all I could see.
Even in the aftermath, the area was so unstable.
The mud was just too thick and deep.
That even first responders were forced to retreat for their own safety.
Some of them who went in literally got caught in up to their armpits and had to be dragged out by ropes themselves.
The sheer size of the slide, a square mile in total, was beyond what anyone here could imagine.
All I could see was debris as far as I could see. I was at awe.
Here is the hill before and then after the catastrophe. An enormous wall of mud and debris mixed with trees and homes. 3 are reported dead, 7 injured, and at least 18 are unaccounted for.
I can't get a hold of my grandma, and we don't know if the guy is okay, and we've been told that there were people stuck.
And there may be more danger to come.
Disaster might come downstream.
Now the fear is all that pent-up water from the Stillaguamish River pooling behind the mud, which could lead to flooding.
This is a river that is dumping into a lake. It is continuing to fill up, and it is eventually going to go.
Nearby residents have been warned to prepare for evacuations on short notice, while the search for survivors somewhere in this mass of mud continues. Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Snohomish County, Washington.
In the waters off of Texas tonight, an urgent cleanup effort after an oil spill is underway. It happened Saturday when 2 ships collided off of the port city of Galveston. Now you're about to see the moment of collision when the 585-foot bulk carrier struck the oil barge being towed by another vessel, and this is the result. Officials believe a tank was ruptured. It can hold up to 168,000 gallons of oil. It's not clear exactly how much has flowed into the Galveston Bay, however, but some oil is clearly visible on the water's surface. Now it's enough to impede the movement of some 60 ships, including 3 cruise ships around the busy port of Galveston.
Well, coming up on ABC4 Utah at 5, Mitt Romney calls out the Obama administration this morning for its handling of the Ukraine crisis. We'll tell you what he had to say.
And I don't think anyone's complaining about the weather today. And guess what? Only going to get better for tomorrow. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get and also when we can expect to see a big change up. But for now, here's a look outside the Hoops Vision webcam.
The international hunt for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 intensifies, but today's aerial search turned up nothing. More planes are expected to join the search when it resumes from Australia, but still no sign of any debris that might link this most inhospitable part of the planet to Flight 370. The weather continues to deteriorate there, making visibility just worse and worse. The leads continue to come in at search headquarters, but for the moment, they remain just that.
Former presidential candidate Mitt Romney is questioning the Obama administration's policies as that standoff in Crimea continues. Today, Russian officials declared the flag of their country is now flying over 189 military facilities in Crimea. Western countries consider the takeover illegitimate. On Face the Nation this morning, Romney said Obama misread Russia's intentions and failed to take the lead in shaping the circumstances of the crisis. He says Russia has very different interests than the U.S.
There's no question but that the president's naivete with regards to Russia and his faulty judgment about Russia's intentions and objectives has led to a number of foreign policy challenges that we face.
Now, Romney is also concerned about Russia's recent history, including blocking the toughest sanctions against Iran, standing with Assad in Syria, and Kim Jong-un in North Korea, also harboring Edward Snowden.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast. Weather rate certified 3 years running.
Well, it seems like that little nip that was in the air yesterday just wasn't there today.
Yeah, and you're giving her A++, so we're going for like a 5.0.
Okay, don't get ahead. I said A+.
Maybe.
She's working up to the A++.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
I think we're going to get it.
might be it.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful tomorrow and then even into Tuesday as well. But
so a nice day to take off then, huh?
Yes, exactly.
Or to have off, I guess.
I would never tell anyone to take off of work. Looking outside, though, beautiful all across the state. Nice clear skies in Moab. The sun starting to give us a little bit of extra color there. And looking at the Bountiful Bench, blue skies, not even a cloud in sight. So overall, a very pleasant day to be outside. So I hope you had a chance to take advantage of it. If not, there's still tomorrow and even Tuesday. Right now, about 61 degrees in Salt Lake City, still in the mid-50s in Ogden and in Provo. And we are looking at a bit of a breeze, 13 miles per hour in Salt Lake City, and it's been gusting even higher than that. So looking around the state right now, upper 50s in Vernal, we're at about 62 in Moab, a beautiful 73 degrees right now in St. George. And then looking over toward Nevada, we're in about the mid to upper 50s. But it is on the breezy side. Look at this, 20 miles per hour in Vernal. We're looking about 16, 15 miles per hour in Price. And this is nothing compared to what we'll see as we go into the middle part of this week. So this morning, if you were awake, yeah, a little chilly. We got down to 33 degrees, just above freezing. For tonight, a little better, slightly anyway, about 37 degrees, mostly clear once again with that light breeze sticking around. As we look at where we should be this time of year, above average, so 61, about 5 degrees above average, and overall just very, very pleasant. Although our low for the first time in a while was actually below, so still way far off from where we're looking at our records. And the days, they are getting longer and longer, and I'm loving all the sunshine. Looking at our satellite radar, not a whole lot to show you here. We have this high pressure that's building over the west, and that's going to stick around for the next couple of days until finally it breaks as we go into Wednesday. I'll show you that with your 7 days in just a second. Tomorrow, 81 degrees in Mesquite, 77 in St. George. We're looking at mid-60s in Cedar City. Still a little on the chilly side for our overnight lows, but overall a big improvement from what we saw this morning. 69 tomorrow in Page, Arizona, mid-50s in Bryce Canyon. Still, though, waking up to teens, so on the chilly side. Richfield tomorrow, about 60 degrees, 55 in Fish Lake, so overall very pleasant. A lot of sunshine once again. Light breeze will stick around, but not a whole lot to worry about. 63 tomorrow in Ormond Provo, 62 in Spanish Fork, with those overnight lows just above freezing, the exception of Heber City and Birdseye. We're looking in the 20s there. Salt Lake City, not too bad, 62 degrees, just a notch or two higher than what we're seeing today. Even Park City into the low 50s there. Certainly a very nice day, and it's going to feel a whole lot like spring, a little above average, which I think people really enjoy. 60 tomorrow in Tooele, 57 in Snowville. Lots of sunshine even as we move further into the northeast with our highs in the mid-50s. Overnight lows still in the 20s, about 21 in Randolph, but still a little better than this morning. So as we look toward the next couple of days, St. George flirting with 80 degrees as we go into Tuesday. But you'll notice those winds are going to really start to pick up because our next system is coming in for Wednesday. It'll be downright windy. Temperatures will drop back down into the low 70s, so still feeling okay. And we do have that chance for showers, even a few thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday, but not the best chance as we're looking toward the southern part of the state. That's really when we get up toward the Wasatch Front. So overall, look at this, 62 Monday, and I did it. I put the 70 on there. I think we're going to make it. It's going to be a beautiful day, although it'll be breezy, that's for sure. And then we drop, quite a bit down as we go into Wednesday and Thursday with that cold front coming through. It's going to bring us a lot of wind, some clouds. It's not going to look as nice, almost kind of a little wintry feel, because we'll certainly see snow in the mountains, rain in the valley. And then as we look overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we could potentially see some snow down toward the valley floor, which, we could see that impacting our morning commute. But this is going to be a storm that'll stick around Wednesday, Thursday, widespread rain showers throughout the state, lingering a bit into Friday morning, mostly in the mountains. And then after that, a warm and breezy weekend as we go into Saturday and Sunday. But the next 2 days, 70 by Tuesday in the Wasatch Front, not bad at all. That could be that A++, maybe?
It could be. We will see.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I wait.
Grades will be in later this week. All right. Speaking of grades, some pretty crazy things going on in the NCAA tournament.
My bracket was officially busted.
After the first game?
At the national anthem of the first game. I was done.
It's been that kind of year for a lot of us.
And it's just gotten worse. The upsets continue at the NCAA tournament. A #1 and a #2 seed make early exits today. And we'll show you some NBA actions. The Suns and the Timberwolves put on a dunk display. Sports is coming up next.
Time now for ABC4 Utah Sports with Wesley Rock.
The NCAA tournament continues to provide upsets and heartaches for the players and for the people who filled out brackets. Wichita State became the first #1 seed in the tournament to head home. They were beaten today by Kentucky. Can't show you highlights yet, but we can show you some scores. 76-78, Kentucky wins that one over the Shockers of Wichita State. #2 seed Kansas was beaten today. Stanford sent Kansas home 60-57 the final there. North Carolina, Iowa State, that game's going on at 76-74 right now with 2.5 minutes to go. North Carolina leads it, and Mercer out in front, Mercer trailing Tennessee by 15 at the half. Well, the Phoenix Suns are on the outside looking in for the NBA playoffs, but just barely. Because they still have a chance, former Jazzman Jeff Hornacek is still considered the odds-on favorite to win the Coach of the Year honors this year. Today, his team taking on Minnesota, and the T-Wolves look good early. Brewer with the slam. Then Ricky Rubio with the steal. The no-look pass to Brewer. Oh, another throwdown there. Later, Rubio keeps it himself, splits the defense. Nice drive, avoids the block, and scores. Then it's the alley-oop to Cunningham. Minnesota was up big in this game, but the Suns came back. The three-pointer by Morris They battled all the way back, ended up winning by 7, 127-120. Now just a half game out of the final playoff spot. Atlanta, Paul Millsap and the Hawks in the Great White North taking on the Toronto Raptors. First quarter, another former Jazz man, Damari Carroll, gets the steal, takes it in for the Jam. He had 12 points in the first quarter. Hawks up by 7. And the Raptors, Terrence Ross comes flying in for the Jam. Raptors start to make their moves. Second half, DeRozan and Lowry key the victory. DeRozan knocks down the shot. Then it's Lowry scoring, and the Raptors end up defeating the Atlanta Hawks by a score of 96-86. All right, in golf for 3 days, Adam Scott was in control at the Arnold Palmer Invitational on the PGA Tour, but tour events last 4 days long, and Scott had a big meltdown today. His problems started early on. Tee shot here. This one goes left and finds the drink. Did get that bird's attention, though. That opened the door for several other golfers, like Jason Kokrak, who gets the great shot out of trouble, holds it out. Keegan Bradley, tough little bump and run here. Gets this one close for the birdie. Bradley ended up in second place. But Matt Avery was the man today. Shot a final round 270, ended up at 13 under par for the week. One shot ahead of Bradley. Scott faded to third with a final round 76. And on the NASCAR track, they were racing out in California today. The Auto Club 400, Jimmy Johnson in control. But with 7 laps to go, he blew his left front tire, fell out of the lead. Watch the right side of your screen as they peel what's left of the tire off. That thing is just shredded. Jeff Gordon had the lead, but then a caution came out. They ended the race under a green-white checker finish, and Kyle Busch ended up out-dueling Larson, a rookie, to the finish line. So Kyle Busch wins his second straight Auto Club 400. Jeff Gordon had it after Johnson blew that tire. Gordon's in first place, but then that caution comes out.
That's what happens when you blow the tire, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, not good.
Well, what is good is the weather. There you go.
It is so nice out today, and tomorrow is going to be just as great. We're really looking at a nice couple of days, and enjoy it because we almost get a wintry blast for Wednesday and Thursday. A cold front's going to come through with that widespread showers, snow in the mountains, potentially a little snow in the valley overnight. Not a lot of accumulation, of course, but something to still watch out for. After that, though, we'll kind of clear things out, make way for a decent weekend. Warm, but windy as well, and that's what we're going to be running into as we go into Tuesday. 70 degrees. It's going to feel pretty
And then
fantastic.
possibly snow the next day?
In the mountains,
It's
definitely.
March in Utah. Gotta love it, right? All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us for ABC4 Utah at 5.
We'll see you back here tonight at 10. Remember, we're always online, 4utah.com.